Krishna. Krishna. So, what are they doing in the spiritual world? What are they doing? They're serving Krishna, which means they are vibrating Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So, we practice for going there. We practice vibrating Hare Krishna, because that's what everyone in the spiritual world, the big kirtan in the sky, the big kirtan, they're all vibrating Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So, it's mid-afternoon, it's time for a Krishna break, and chipping away at my rounds. So just read a little something from Bhagavad Gita to get focus back. And then chant another round. So this is from the introduction to the Bhagavad Gita by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Hare Krishna, whose disappearance day is going to be celebrated, I think, on the 7th. It's coming up soon. After hearing Bhagavad Gita from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Arjuna accepted Krishna as Param Brahma, the Supreme Brahman. Now, one may think that because Krishna was the friend of Arjuna, Arjuna was telling him all this by way of flattery. But Arjuna, just to drive out this kind of doubt from the minds of the readers of Bhagavad Gita, substantiates his praises in the next verse when he says that Krishna is accepted as the Supreme Personality of Godhead not only by himself, but by authorities like Narada, Asita, Devala, Vyasadeva, and so on. These are great personalities who distribute Vedic knowledge as it is accepted by all acharyas. Therefore, Arjuna tells Krishna that he accepts whatever he says to be completely perfect. Sarvam etad vitam manye. I accept everything you say to be true. Arjuna also says that the personality of the Lord is very difficult to understand, and that he cannot be known even by great demigods. This means that the Lord cannot even be known by personalities greater than human beings. So how can a human being understand Sri Krishna without becoming his devotee? Therefore, Bhagavad Gita should be taken up in a spirit of devotion. One should not think that he is equal to Krishna, nor should he think that Krishna is an ordinary personality or even a great personality. Lord Sri Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hey, Harpo. It's time for a mid-afternoon break in between rounds. Is there anything else besides Krishna? Oh my goodness. Hare Krishna. One should not think that he is equal to Krishna, nor should he think that Krishna is an ordinary personality or even a great personality. Lord Sri Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. At least theoretically, according to statements of Bhagavad Gita or the statements of Arjuna, the person who is trying to understand the Bhagavad Gita. We should therefore at least theoretically accept Sri Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And with submissive spirit we can understand Bhagavad Gita. Unless one reads the Bhagavad Gita in a submissive spirit, it is very difficult to understand Bhagavad Gita because it is a great mystery. Yeah. And then it says, you're definitely keeping it interesting and rolling. Well, I get to a point where I think I've got it down now. Okay? I've got it. I came up a little notch in Krishna consciousness, and then Krishna raises the bar. All right, you went that far? Good. Now, up here. Oh no. It's like, I got Krishna. I got Krishna. Oh, he's over here. Oh, where? Oh, he's over there. No, he's over here. And the whole while he's going. Krishna. Ay, ay, ay. Hare Krishna. So it's a great mystery, Bhagavad Gita. This is Prabhupada. Now we were just reading the last few days the struggles Prabhupada had to try to get this Bhagavad Gita published. So here he is, putting this Bhagavad Gita together. So in the introduction here he says, just what is Bhagavad Gita? The purpose of Bhagavad Gita is to deliver mankind from the nescience of material existence. Every man is in difficulty in so many ways, as Arjuna was also in difficulty in having to fight the battle of Kurukshetra. Arjuna surrendered unto Krishna, and consequently, Bhagavad Gita was spoken. Not only Arjuna, but every one of us is full of anxieties because of this material existence. Our very existence is in the atmosphere of non-existence. Actually, we're not meant to be threatened by non-existence. Our existence is eternal, but somehow or other we are put into asat. Asat refers to that which does not exist. Carrot on a stick trick. Hare Krishna. Yeah, he dangles the carrot. Hare Krishna. Yeah, those old fables, the stories, they must come from the Vedas somewhere. One of my favorite ones is the fox and the grapes, Jumping, 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 can't reach that. They were sour anyway. Some good story, good little illustrations of Hare Krishna, how things are. Out of so many human beings who are suffering, there are a few who are actually inquiring about their position as to what they are, why they are put into this awkward position, and so on. Unless one is awakened to this position of questioning his suffering, unless he realizes that he doesn't want suffering, but rather wants to make a solution to all suffering, then one is not to be considered a perfect human being. Humanity begins when this sort of inquiry is awakened in one's mind. In the Brahma Sutra, this inquiry is called Brahma Jignasa. Every activity of the human being is to be considered a failure unless he inquires about the nature of the Absolute. Therefore, those who begin to question why they are suffering, or where they came from, where they shall go after death, are proper students for understanding Bhagavad Gita. A sincere student should also have a firm respect for the Supreme Personality, of Godhead. Such a student was Arjuna. Lord Krishna descends specifically to reestablish the real purpose of life when man forgets that purpose. Even then, out of many, many human beings who awaken, there may be one who actually enters the spirit of understanding his position. And for him, this Bhagavad Gita is spoken. Actually, we're all followed by the tiger of nescience, but the Lord is very merciful upon living entities, especially human beings. To this end, he spoke Bhagavad Gita, making his friend Arjuna his student. Being an associate of Lord Krishna, Arjuna was above all ignorance. But Arjuna was put into ignorance on the battlefield of Kurukshetra just to question Lord Krishna about the problems of life so that the Lord could explain them for the benefit of future generations of human beings and chalk out the plan of life. Then man could act accordingly and perfect the mission of life. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. The mission of my life is 16 rounds. 16 rounds, and what do you get? Another 16 rounds the next day. It's not 16 rounds, and now I'm done. It's 16 rounds forever. I finished my 16 rounds. No, you didn't. You got 16 rounds tomorrow. You didn't finish anything. Krishna. But for today, chip away at it some more. After the sun goes down. Hare Krishna.